Alright, hello there everyone. Welcome to chapter 24 of fucking Vampire the Masquerade story chronicle doodad hickey set in New York City 1998 in the world of darkness. I think everything should come through okay. Apparently a Hexcrack reformatted his server since last weekend. I hadn't logged on TeamSpeak to notice. And the TeamSpeak recording doesn't come through all right. Sounds like a personal problem. Would any of you, or perhaps a combination of you, like to do a session recap of what happened last time to refresh the minds of everyone?
Uh, David's paranoia got reinforced.
Well, Marcus decided upon his own to take it upon himself to get rid of the ghost girl. And he got rid of the ghost girl by taking a poor hapless mugger up to Yonkers and getting some crazy old man guy to throw the ghost girl into the Shadowlands. He doesn't know the Shadowlands, he just knows she's gone. And he's pretty happy about it.
Byron failed a few uh, empathy and power roles to try to charm his way into an apartment of a soon-to-be ghoul, hopefully. He tried to redeem himself by taking on Netscape, and he defeated that, but then the computer BSOD'd in his face, and so he left dejected. That's pretty much all that happened with Byron.
Joseph is annoyed that Marcus seems to be avoiding him when he just wants to go up to him, up to Yonkers with him.
Alright, I hope you all have taken the past week to reflect upon your characters and what they've achieved thus far and what they're looking to achieve in the future, and perhaps brushed up on all of the rules pertaining to them. I believe we're starting with the night of Tuesday, May 12th, 1998. And that's what I'm going to go with, regardless of whether it's right or wrong. And if we end up redoing days, well, mages, fashion trends, Nutscrape Navigator, it's all out there. Alright. So, the day for Tuesday passes, sun rises, shit happens, none of which you are all a part of, courtesy of the fact that you're dead and all. And as the sun has a tendency to do, it sets. And roughly about around 10:30, 10:40, that should be about right. Well, yeah, we'll say that. Byron, David, and Joseph awaken, expending a point of vitae in the process. Now I remember what Joseph had announced his plans for, once, his character got his shit together. Are those still in play, Sean?
Yeah, my blood pool seems to be wrong on the token, though.
Well, I saved the map at the end of last session.
Well, I have it on my character sheet. It should be 9 because I filled up just the night before.
Alright, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just like, maybe you hadn't edited on the token that I'd forgotten. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Or press cancel by mistake.
That sounds like something I'd do.
Sometimes, you want to click the close button and instead of the OK button, and then the properties don't get saved.
But yeah, that's same thing. I was still planning the same thing.
Okay. Byron and David, as for your awakening rituals, they are, well, for Byron, completely undifferent from what he's become accustomed to. For David, given how he has recently relocated himself, pretty much everything is different. Especially given perhaps a new cause to be paranoid.
Yep, gonna check all my cameras first thing. Fuck personal hygiene.
Give me a perception plus alertness at difficulty 6, then why not, Aaron?
Trained observer works here, right?
Sure.
So that's 5 successes.
5 successes. Good news. David discovers that the cameras were placed in optimal locations. They are functioning properly. And it does not seem as if there's any interesting individuals who took an especial interest in the warehouse that David moved to.
Good, that's good. Maybe the U-Haul didn't give anything away.
Maybe. Or maybe anyone who actually wants to observe the location is doing it from a spot the cameras can't see.
Also a possibility.
As for Joseph, he ends up arriving in his next destination, which ends up I gotta pussyfoot around with this, ends up being the Majestic Theater.
Well, either he's in there or he's not. He's going to go in the front door, can't go in obfuscated, so drive up, go in and obfuscate and start looking around.
Well, Joseph can see the continued very, very slow and inexorably so beginnings of the remodeling process that's being done to the Majestic. Doesn't look like anyone's end, though.
Well, then he'll probably give the place top to bottom search looking for any clues.
Oh, wait. Well, in such an extensive amount of time, then that'll end up with Marcus awakening in his sweet, sweet location,
Oh man, these beds are nice.
losing a point of vitae in the process. I know, man. Whenever you don't have to worry about basic bedroom upkeep, everything is great.
Today's gonna be a good night, I can feel it. Just something in my bones, I can feel it.
Right. Certainly will be. So what would Marcus like to do?
Well, he would definitely not like to run into Joseph. That's plan A. Plan B is see if either David or Byron calls him. And plan C is probably go to the PS1 Contemporary Art Center and see if, anything new's going on, because I think the coterie has been, out of the loop from, city politics for a while. That's what he thinks anyways.
David
Alright.
actually is planning on calling everyone.
I don't know when you called.
Well, he plans on it. So, anyway, we're still with Marcus, so we know about his agenda. What would he like to engage in after? Alright, I guess I'll get out of my fucking sweet-ass bed.
Put on some clothes, unless I'm still wearing the same clothes I was wearing last night, which is likely. And, hop on down, get a taxi, and head on down to the PS1 Contemporary Arts Center.
Maybe get a hot shower while he's at it since it's
Yeah,
there.
maybe get a hot shower, maybe even brush my teeth.
Dear God.
Proper hygiene.
Marcus is really living the high life if he's doing proper hygiene.
You guys don't know.
And Byron, on the other hand, is perhaps trying to placate an annoyed Evelyn O'Malley.
Yeah, I was going to make that phone call, but she called me. Okay, so what happened?
There was a sternly worded message left for Byron upon his awakening and checking a voicemail. It's perhaps the most upset any thralled individual has ever been towards her regnant. Which is not to say that, you know, you still really can't do any wrong, but she's frustrated by what Byron would perceive as his continuing inability to learn how to use a computer. And the fact that Byron may have done a little bit of damage to the computer in the process.
Hey man, blue screens of death can happen to anybody. This is the late 90s. Maybe they have like, it's not ready for Millennial Edition yet, but 95 was kind of unstable. Maybe they're still running that. Oh well. Yeah, I guess Byron will call back Evelyn. That's what he's that's what he was planning to do anyway.
Alright. Byron can certainly have himself that conversation. As noted, I mean, as frustrated as she might be, Byron Brand still has indomitable sway over her, and she'll definitely calm down. It's just, apparently that whole thing about hard drive failure imminent and all sorts of mumbo-jumbo, Byron doesn't really recall. Apparently it was a big deal.
Yeah, Byron just wants to call up and say, well, how do I not do this again in the future? Kind of thing.
Well, you know, the steps that Byron's taking, like, such as going to computer classes, those are definitely a good start. Just,
Yeah, well, I guess what it is he says, all I was doing is clicking windows and moving around. I don't know how I blew up the computer. Tell me what I did. It's not like I kicked it or anything. So that's what I mean. You know, he's just confused. That's
well, obviously, Evelyn wouldn't know what you did. She didn't like she had a camera right there to watch you.
Yeah, well, of course not. But Byron doesn't know. He's computer illiterate. He thought maybe he enabled the self-destruct sequence on it or something. I mean, he really doesn't know.
Goddamn Byron. All right, let's go ahead and look at David again, who's just finished checking and rechecking his new security network.
All right, well, he's going to call everyone.
Everyone, you say?
Everyone, get in here.
Every other
All
member
of
the
New
coterie.
York.
All right. Every other member of the coterie, then. That's good. I'm not sure how Archbishop Francisco Domingo de Polonia would have felt about this phone call.
He would have been honored, and he would have thanked me for it, or he would have gotten his ass beat.
Is that so?
Bitch better know his place.
Wait, I kind of want to see that now. Could you go back to the first one of everyone now? I want to see that.
Well, time to create an alternate universe where the coterie dies to Archbishop Polonia.
Bitch better respect when I raise up my Nazi hand. Anyway, David calls up the entire rest of the coterie.
Shalom.
In mid-dial, Byron gets a call, and he's like, oh, okay. Hey, David.
Hey, if any of you see another Nosferatu in our domain, tell me. I
Well,
didn't
David,
invite
that's
them here, so if
well,
you see
David, that's
them,
kind of a problem because we usually can't see Nosferatus, and if we do see them, that's a breach of the Masquerade.
I know that some of you have auspex.
Just saying.
So yeah, if you see them, let me know, because that means they're violating our domain.
Okay, so you have reason to believe the Nosferatu might be we're of special interest to them, or is this just, why do you think they might be a problem?
Well, after allying with Marlena, and the way that apparently some of the Anarchs feel like they can enter our territory unannounced, it's something to keep aware of.
Huh. All right.
Don't you think?
Definitely. I'll keep an eye out for any Nosferatu.
Just
I
so
must-
you know.
So wait,
They're
you're
not
saying
here
the
under my invitation.
Nosferatu have thrown their lot in with Marlena?
Many of them, yes.
By many of them, how many?
And do you think that I know how many Nosferatu are in this city?
Well, you of all people would know. I wouldn't know. You all look the same to me, but no, Tish. That's a joke.
Right. But yeah, just keep an eye peeled.
Sure, I'll keep my third eye peeled.
Perfect.
Thanks for the warning.
I don't even know if Joseph's in the call.
Did Sean lose his push to speak button again?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
We just don't know Joseph's in the call. He's just sitting there listening. God damn it, Marcus.
Click.
Like,
Well, that's disturbing.
Would you like to hear something disturbing?
Listen, David's got a lot more disturbing things to tell you if you want.
Try me.
Nosferatu penis.
I'm out. Just game over, man.
There we go. Now everyone has been informed by the power of call.
And David has at least one more call to make after that.
Well, let's go ahead and hear about that then, David, unless this needs to be secret.
No, it doesn't need to be that secret. David's going to call up Match.
Third ring. Hey, David.
Match.
Yeah.
Now, you've got what I need, right?
You better believe it. What you need.
I need a few ounces of some kind of thermobaric explosive. It doesn't need to be military grade. Demolitions grade will do as well.
There is a long pause.
It doesn't need to be enough to take down a building or anything. Just, like I said, just a few ounces.
What, like a landmine?
Yes, about that quantity would do.
You got enough money for this, Nosferatu?
Depends on how much it costs.
Well, it's probably going to take me a day at least to procure. I'm gonna have to deliver it to some Nosferatu-friendly locale. You all get into the most curious things in Astoria.
What, like you've never heard of a Nosferatu trapping things before?
Well, I suppose it won't be that much. I tell you what, I'm in a benevolent mood. We'll say $4.75, and I can have it to a destination of your choosing within the metropolitan area tomorrow around midnight.
That should work just fine. How about you deliver it somewhere in Prospect Heights, just outside of the Gangrel territory?
I can certainly do that. You'll have to give me an exact address, though, I assume, unless you want me to put up a sign that says, "Thermobaric explosives here."
You would know better than I where a good place to deal would be. If you contact me, I'll meet you where you say.
Alright. Madge rattles off an address in the southern portion of Prospect Heights. A messenger will be there with the quantity to provide David, so long as the listed price is there for him as well.
Oh, and this is relatively confidential.
But of course it is, David, of course it is.
You have yourself a nice night, Madge.
Yeah, same to you.
Click.
Was that a lighter? Alright. Well, we know what Dave's doing, and I'm pretty sure I know what Marcus is doing. Marcus's attitude did not deviate at all.
Well, Byron is going to complete that call to Evelyn.
Okay. And goes about as well as ended up being described, Byron.
Yeah, well, he's also going to ask. He's going to say, look, what I was trying to do is get a political event schedule, say, for New York for the next month, local, not national, just like mayoral, city council, that type of thing. And just so I don't blow up your computer again, if you could find that and just print it out, he figures it should have some sort of event schedule somewhere in the ether, and just leave it in the office. He'll pick it up sometime. That's pretty much all he wanted to say. And he'll apologize for breaking the computer, although he has no effing clue what he did wrong. So, but whatever.
Well, Evelyn will snort at that and say, she'll certainly keep an eye out for it and leave it printed out in the office either tomorrow or the day after.
Sounds good. Yeah, there's no huge rush on it. He has stuff to do anyway. He's just kind of, he figures he's had enough of computers for the last, for the next couple days. he'll go to class on Wednesday and see what to do. But after that, he's just going to go hunting for a couple hours. He's got nothing on his plate currently.
All right.
And he is going to look around. I mean, he's going to take David's words to heart, at least for this. He'll probably forget about it, but when leaving his apartment and walking around and hunting, he's definitely going to be looking for anything suspicious. I don't know if that helps you.
All right. Certainly, it's something that Byron can attempt to do. Perhaps be a bit more cautious than he normally is as he goes about his nightly affairs. Go ahead and give me a self-control roll at difficulty 6, Byron. All right.
2 successes.
Yep. The problem with these situations about being told to keep an eye out for sewer rats who could apparently obfuscate themselves is that your brain starts to try to imagine that they could be anywhere. But Byron manages to keep his cool and calm himself down before he accelerates into that kind of paranoia. Given how he's an impatient man, he might have been like, I'll lure them all out.
Oh yeah, I figure that his mind will be on that task for the maximum, the 2 hours that he's hunting. I mean, the next thing he does, he's probably going to forget about it. I mean, that's just who he is.
All right, Byron begins the process of hunting, taking him out of the game for a little bit. Marcus plans on hitting up his cool destination to consult all of his friends in the city, right?
If you can call the other degenerates my friends, sure.
Sure. So Marcus ends up arriving close to midnight at the PS1 Contemporary Arts Center. There is no particular event happening right here at this moment. No contemporary indie music or some other bullshit to suck Marcus in. And at midnight, there's not a whole lot of excuse for the actual art center to be open, although, it still manages to be. Ogling art is a 24/7 affair. And as such, there happens to be a few Toreador there who, Marcus may have recognized in his visits in the past, but Marcus doesn't exactly have, the best rapport or connection with them. Any sort of attempt at, polite gossip, what's going on, ends up in, all sorts of, this new and upcoming artist, Crispus Kane. He's got some sweet new beats to listen to and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not... They don't trust me to, give me the good stuff. Which is
Right.
okay. I mean, I just came here for idle gossip, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing really going on.
As
Stay there for about maybe an hour.
A whole sort of general thing. I mean, there's going to be a Malkavian who's going to be the Prince of New York City, man. Which is weird as fucking hell.
Really? A Malkavian? What happened to the other one?
The what?
The other candidate, whatever her name was.
Well, she's
I forget.
bourgeois. She sides with anarchs. Who the hell wants her anyway?
I mean, well, what happened to them? I mean, it doesn't sound like they would just, roll over and give up.
Well, as it turns out, Marcus can go ahead and make a charisma plus etiquette test at difficulty 7 here. Rumor
successes.
is that Marlena has actually fled the city of New York rather than being, basically killed by who really was a shoo-in for the princedom anyway.
Really?
Ah. I mean, this is just rumor. Who knows?
I mean, I thought Bruja people were, supposed to be, brave and shit.
Well, as it turns out, apparently she wasn't stupid enough to throw her own life away.
A rare trait among the Bruja.
Well, they already throw their lives away anyway, but I mean, this one in particular.
But yeah, Marcus will continue to make idle gossip, sort of figure out, just, maybe make a few friends. For a few, maybe like for an hour, and then, he'll go back to Astoria and hunt for one time.
Alright. Joseph, did he return to scouring the Majestic after the conversation ended? Or did he just like, no, that's dumb, he's not here?
He may have stopped by. He'll probably have continued it anyways. Got a few more leads, but might as well follow this one through.
Okay. Yeah, looks like, no one's in the Majestic, and, it's really impossible to tell whether or when the last time it was that someone actually stayed at the Majestic, given how exposed it is to the elements and how squatters could end up dipping in during the daytime, and the maneuverings of the construction team as they're slowly beginning the process of measuring and ripping down all of the rotten walls and what have you. And besides, Marcus doesn't really leave much in the way of telltale traces given the account of the fact that he's a fucking slob.
True. It was just more hope against hope. But then it's to Astoria Estates.
Okay. Well, I think we can end up focusing on that now. Joseph will certainly arrive at Astoria Estates. None of the lights are on.
Well, I'm almost certain he has a key in.
Yeah?
So he'll go boot up probably Evelyn's computer and whatever's the main office and see if there's any information that's noteworthy on it.
Well, certainly Joseph's going to end up doing that, and he's going to end up seeing the same, warning, smart hard drive system, imminent failure on disk drive. Please replace immediately.
Okay, then maybe there... God damn it. Now, if there was information there, you it up for me, Byron. And he knows it's Byron. He'll look for any just papers.
As it turns out, Joseph will definitely see, like, the note that says, oops, and is signed Byron, still on the desk.
Byron, you asshole. I'm trying to do something important and you're blowing up computers. He'll look for any paperworks of anything prevalent to his search or anything at all interesting that he doesn't know.
Okay. The process takes some time. There's no need for a roll for it, though, because there's not something that matches Joseph's criteria in the affirmative. There's the rather sort of traditional day-by-day business reports, and there might be more papers and folders piled around and near the desk now, courtesy of the electronic malfunction. But anything pertaining to Marcus or hidden doings the coterie is engaging him doesn't exist here.
Then I guess the obvious is to call Evelyn.
Alright. Certainly Joseph can end up doing that around midnight, in which case there'll be 4 rings, and then there'll be a very sort of mumbly and sleepily, hello?
Sorry for the hour. Have you recently gotten another room for Marcus?
No?
Okay, he's avoiding me, and I want to talk to him.
Don't, don't you have his number?
Yeah, but he's avoiding me, and I need to talk to him face to face about some stuff. Um, the I don't want to make you afraid, but the hair in your trunk wasn't quite so benign.
Oh, well, I don't know where he is. Somewhere.
Well, if you hear anything, just know that he's been doing very dangerous stuff recently. I don't want you to get hurt, and I know Byron's aware of it, and he may have told you more. I don't know, but just he's been a little off recently, and I just want to have a sit down with him and talk with him.
Okay, well, if he ever gets into contact with me, not that he does, I'll certainly let him know.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
17 seconds later, somewhere in Astoria, while Byron is beginning the process of trying to look for a meal, he gets a phone call from Evelyn.
Yeah. Did you get the computer working already, Evelyn? What's up?
No, I just got off the phone with Joseph, of all people.
Oh yeah. What do you have to say?
Well, he's a very special person, and, apparently he's still looking for Marcus because the hair he found in my car isn't benign, whatever that means. And Marcus is apparently avoiding him, and apparently Joseph thought I knew something about it because I totally know everything about everything that you all are doing.
Wait, you don't?
The answer for Byron is silence.
Anyway, yeah, don't worry about it. Marcus and Joseph are going through a thing. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Let it take its own course.
I don't suppose this thing could involve me not getting erupted during early hours, could it, Byron?
Well, you have my permission to not answer the phone if it's from one of them if you don't want to. It's okay.
Okay. This seems to brighten her a bit.
I mean, use your judgment. If they call like 5 times in a row, maybe you should pick up. But if someone calls you at 3 a.m., I don't know. If you don't want to answer, Now, if it's me, I expect you to answer. But the other people, don't worry about it.
Okay, Byron, but, this sounds like it's some sort of issue if there is one person in your club who's trying to find another person and can. I don't know.
Yeah, they just had a disagreement. It's Marcus annoyed Joseph, then Joseph wants to track Marcus down to give him a yelling at, and Marcus doesn't really want to stick around to hear it, and I'm staying the heck out of the whole thing.
Okay.
I mean, let me know if, they keep banging on your door looking for stuff. I kind of like to know, but give either of them anything they want. As long as it's not at 3 a.m. waking you up.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Joseph means well anyway. It's just sometimes what he says is disconcerting.
Yeah, I can see that. Just, I think that he really wants to get in contact with Marcus, so he may or may not. I mean, he's going to try to tell you things to get you to tell him stuff. But I mean, as you say, you don't know where Marcus is. I sure as heck don't know where Marcus is, and so sure. I mean, just tell him that. That's all Joseph wants.
Okay.
You don't sound convinced. Is there something else that I can do to put your mind at ease?
I'm just tired.
Well, then get some sleep. I hope you feel better tomorrow.
Oh yeah, bye, Byron. She hangs
Click.
up. And then Byron can continue about his night.
Woo!
Woo! So, what's David up to after he made his call to Match and, learned that apparently Match is in a good mood and he apparently has access to even thermobaric explosives?
I mean, David's pretty happy he didn't have to make a fertilizer bomb instead. This will save him a lot of time. I think he's gonna go try and get his munch on, and after that, see if his old haven has been tampered with yet.
Alright. Let's go ahead and have, we'll go ahead and have a hunting roll for you, David, at difficulty 3, and we'll go ahead and get, Byron's 2 hunting rolls at difficulty 3 out of the way as well. Okay. Marcus is, engaging in his, usual plans, Jordan?
Well, he's in a good mood, so yeah.
Alright,
I mean,
which...
he's keeping an eye out with Auspex and shit, but
Yeah, of course.
he's not expecting to see He's not expecting to see a Nosferatu. I mean, come on. If he's seeing the Nosferatu, that Nosferatu's doing it wrong.
He's doing a bad job. And you are
Yep.
not proud of him.
Nope.
Which, leaves Joseph perhaps, sitting in Evelyn's desk quietly frustrated as he finishes sifting through financial papers.
So, how's it going?
Oh, you know, pretty good.
Well, in that case, with Joseph doing what he's doing and me set to do what I'm doing, that means the next person who's available ends up being David, who returns to his old haven. Give me a perception plus investigation at difficulty 6. Aaron.
And trained observer applies here, right?
Sure.
So that's 6 successes?
David Green is really goddamn sure no one has even thought about going into his haven.
Good, that's good.
Years of training and law enforcement, life as a Nosferatu, magic eyes that can see in the dark, the general sense about things. Nah, nothing's been touched or disturbed since David got the U-Haul, moved everything out.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, that's good. Can ShrekNet be accessed from regular computers that have a regular internet hookup? Or do you need a special hookup?
The way that it's designed, as far as David knows, is that there are sort of like piggyback servers for the actual internet that have been dispersed all across the country, and as such, you could access it from anywhere. The problem being, of course, is that, David Green would certainly realize that while he's not exactly technologically savvy, anyone who set this up, such as Gerard Raven himself, would definitely be.
Right.
And for all of the security that ShrekNet offers, great access to Nosferatu, even those who are part of the Sabbat to actually sort of get into contact with each other, and very limited access to non-Nosferatu individuals, basically for the good of the Camarilla. Seeing as how Gerard Raven is the guy who created it all, and who actually has access to the servers themselves, if there's going to be anyone who's going to do crazy bullshit to fuck with David's life, it's going to be Uncle Smelly.
Right. Alright, well then, David's actually going to move his computer back into his, old haven.
Okay. How is David going to do this?
By walking back to his new haven and then carrying the shit invisibly back here.
Oh, okay. I need to get a separate U-Haul for that.
Fuck no. I mean, David's strong enough to easily carry that shit himself.
Oh yeah, certainly. I was just making a joke about, the same thought process that didn't have you carrying like an entire, cabinet dresser.
Right. And once he's done doing that, I mean, that should probably take a while. Does anyone else have anything else to do first?
Byron's still hunting. Marcus and Joseph are engaging in their respective shenanigans. So no, still here.
Alright. Then David is going to start figuring out places he can be accessing ShrekNet from. Places like internet cafes. I don't think that there's any public internet access in the lobbies of hotels yet, but all sorts of different places, anywhere that he can think of that might have an internet connection that would be available to someone in the public. And he's going to kind of list all of these places he can think of in his little notebook. He's going to make a point of going to one or two of them every night from now on.
Alright, that is certainly something that can be done.
And basically, once he finds tonight's place, he's just going to look up and see, you know, based on which Nosferatu he knows for sure have gone quiet in the past couple weeks. He's going to kind of look them up, see what their political and personal leanings were, see what their stances were on things.
It certainly is a project that David can have incorporate the rest of his night.
And this is going to be strictly lurking. He's not going to be posting to try and get people to answer questions.
Right.
But yeah, basically the objective here is to try and spread out his internet footprint to make it not clear where he might have moved his hookup to. He might even try breaking into different warehouses and stuff and trying to hook up to the internet through them every now and then. Analog methods to thwart digital means, all that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm allowed to use terms like internet footprint. David isn't.
I think also, just throwing it out there, right around this time is when Wi-Fi started picking up. It might be a year or two early. It kind of runs together in my head, but you might be able to just...
It's still a bit early for that.
Yeah,
Public
it's...
Wi-Fi anyway.
Well, no, I was talking about private residences. They never set their passwords. I know that a group of friends of mine used to just go through and pick up, I can't remember what they called it, whatever. They pick up random ones.
That's fair. David might need to buy a laptop. But yeah, that's basically his objective right now. Try and make his trail, both physical and digital, as diffuse as possible. He might even rent another U-Haul and just sort of drive around places.
Okay. Basically,
Every now and then park it, get out, find a good place to watch it to see if someone else is watching him too. That kind of thing.
Alright, that definitely is an idea as well.
And the term you were looking for was war driving.
Yes, it is.
Alright, well, in that case, the ball's in Byron's court after he finishes satiating himself for now. No Malkavian, no Nosferatu spotted by Byron.
Fantastic. And with that, he is going to go back to his haven and spend 2 blood points to buff strength and start beating on that wall downstairs. Hopefully make some headway this time.
Alright, this will be the first time that Byron has made serious physical progress. And for the two who are pussyfooting with each other, Marcus's sort of shenanigans continue as normal. Joseph's shenanigans are about as unsuccessful as he would have imagined them being. Them being enough hotspots and destinations in Astoria, and Joseph not exactly sure. I mean, Marcus could be hidden anywhere in any of those, and from the time that he spends slowly milling about trying to catch an eye, it doesn't seem like there's any asshole playing a show with his guitar, or any individual who'd be causing a scene in that fashion. But I mean, there's still plenty more. Joseph could end up spending the entire rest of the morning looking in these places. And if Marcus has ended up, being knowledgeable enough to realize that Joseph's onto him or has cause to believe that, who knows where Marcus has taken the party?
The party will continue until morale improves.
Or until Marcus gets shot.
I know you want to shoot me so badly, man.
I assume Joseph hasn't been going obfuscated with the full ensemble.
Well, he's obfuscated.
Yeah, it's going to leave a footprint in the form of fucking camera recordings.
True. He'd go around obfuscated at least.
I mean,
But that's
if
it.
he wants to walk into the club looking at he does, no one's gonna react to him then. But if anyone ever checked the tapes, that would definitely be a big deal.
Well then, after probably a few hours of that, he'll put a call out to Marcus.
I'll answer it. Why not? It's a better story this way. Yellow? Mm, 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 mm.
Well, you are annoying.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Why don't we just meet up somewhere?
Nope.
You
I
know
don't trust
it's
you.
You
I
know
don't
it's
trust you.
going to happen, don't you? It's going to happen.
Yeah. Does need to happen.
Marcus, the sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can put it behind us.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You put that toy away, and we meet with David.
You'll have to give Joseph a moment. I think Sean is consulting something.
Just a second. Oh, what toy specifically?
Oh, the one you've been carrying around for a while now?
I have a number of things I'm carrying around.
Yeah, the one you sort of held in my apartment last night. And the night before that.
That, again, describes a number of things.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Don't play coy.
Can you just not say what it is?
Well, the question is, do you have a license for it?
Huh, well, this is interesting. I don't know how to handle this.
Did I botch it?
Fucking crazy man trying to play coy with the Toreador.
Yes,
I
Sean,
botched
you
it.
did.
I botched it. Fuck.
So, mid-sentence, the conversation between Joseph and Marcus suddenly ends. Joseph, all of the loud music and horrific sound bleeding together, and the visage you saw of Marcus with ice in his eyes just sort of bleeds together in a cacophony of overstimulation. And, you're knocked unconscious.
Joseph? Joseph. Yoo-hoo! Joseph. Like, I know the phone hasn't, turned off because it's not making sound, but I'm like, huh. That's not a good thing, is it? I'm gonna close the phone, I'm gonna call David.
Well,
Alright, at this point, is David still doing internet stuff, or is he in the U-Haul?
you can be wherever you like.
Alright, David will pull on over from in the U-Haul and say, Green.
David, I was on the phone with Joseph, and then suddenly, he just sort of stopped talking. I know the phone was still working, but I think I heard him fall over on the ground. I don't know where he was, but I mean, me and him aren't exactly, on the best of terms right now, and I just thought, maybe you could look into why he's, suddenly decided to stop talking or faint. I don't know.
I don't know, he's Malkavian. He can do pretty crazy things when he gets angry.
I mean, I know he can do pretty crazy things while he's angry, but I don't want to go, looking for him while he's angry.
Right, so...
Especially since I'm the one who's making him angry.
I wouldn't even know where to begin looking for him. Maybe his church?
I mean, I'll head over there because on the off chance that he's not.
No,
I
it's
don't think
fine.
I don't think he's there.
I've got a vehicle. I can drive over there.
Okay. I mean, you hear the music in the background and stuff like that. So if you
Oh, I'm
need
being
anything,
added to the call?
What do you mean added to the call? No, I didn't add. I don't know how to add you to a call. I ended that call and started a new one.
Oh, okay.
Marcus barely knows how to work this cell phone.
Music in the background, huh?
Where
You
else
think he
would
was at,
No, I mean, you hear my music in the background.
Oh, okay.
You hear the club. I didn't hear
Alright,
I didn't hear anything about where he would be. I mean, I didn't hear like a subway sound or like the sounds of a traffic. It was pretty quiet.
right. I'll go stop by his church. I don't really have anything better to do right now.
All right. If you need anything, call me. Until then, I'm gonna be partying.
Yep.
Click.
And, David's gonna drive on down to Flushing's.
Okay. David can certainly do that, and he'll end up arriving there at Joseph Cheung's non-denominational church for all of your spiritual needs.
David destroyed that sweet-ass laptop that Sevalot sent us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
That was 21 chapters ago.
Yeah, it was a long-ass time ago. That's why I didn't remember. Alright, well, he'll pull up to the church, park pretty openly in front of it, and head on in.
Okay. David is quickly met by Craig, who goes, David, can I help you?
They shouldn't be there.
You're right. They shouldn't be. I forgot. In which case, David is met by a locked door.
Huh. There's a back door to the place, right?
Yeah. If,
Alright,
David tries that.
he'll try that, and if it is locked, he'll do things like check under rocks, check under the rug, check under pots. You know, normal places to keep a spare key. Taped to the top of the door frame, whatever.
Seems perfectly fair. However, David will not find a spare key in one of those locales. It is perhaps possible that Joseph's beratement has maybe made his ghouls more intelligent than that.
Good. Rather than being put off by that, David will actually be pretty pleased that some of his coterie exercise proper security measures. Alright, David's also going to look around to see if there are any external cameras on the place.
Are there any external cameras on the church building, Sean?
No cameras. I haven't had a chance to set up a security system yet. I keep spending my money on crazy shit.
Well,
Damn.
in that case, since David is on such a goddamn perceptive roll tonight, he can... No, doesn't look like there's any security system.
That's too bad. If there was, David was going to wave to the camera before he broke in. Ah, well. David's going to try and pick the lock to go in the back.
Well, the back door probably has a decent lock. Go ahead and give me a dexterity plus larceny, a difficulty 7.
And precise applies here, right? Because you don't get much more precise than picking a lock.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, if you're performing rockets...
Well, yeah, you can't get more precise than it. So a few things happen. One, David snaps his fucking lockpick inside the locking mechanism for the door. Which, in addition to being something that he's not going to be able to pry out of there short of ripping out the damn door, is definitely a telltale mark that's going to be noticed by anyone, because he has rendered the lock system inoperable by jamming it. And he
Shit.
broke the lockpick.
Alright,
broke it.
well.
You done broke it, hero.
David's going to pull a little page out of his tiny notebook. Write, sorry I broke your lock. Sign it, Green. And
This is
slip
like
it
a
on over the
fucking
door.
Byron note for the computer. I love it.
And then, after sliding under the door and realizing that that'll probably do more harm than good, he'll write a second note saying, Marcus was worried about you and asked me to try and find you. And then slip that on in under, too.
Yeah, just a note. They can't be true Byron notes unless they have a smiley face on them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then David's gonna go try and find a 24-hour pawn shop to buy a new lock.
Is that
Or,
something
you
that
one new
David
pick.
will I mean, it's just one pick, but it's like a finely tuned set, like golf clubs.
Yep.
I mean,
He probably still has his rake, probably still has his diamond piece. He still has the tension wrench, but I mean, without the standard hook pick, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
certainly David can get one of those. Is this something that he'd like to try to use his obfuscate power on? Does he just want to roll up in a pawn shop or what?
No, he's gonna try and activate Obfuscate 3.
Alright, go ahead and make your manipulation plus performance a difficulty 7 then. Well, standing in some sort of, like, a glass pane that, at Sears Street, David realizes that he's going to have to try that again. Because his initial focus and determination has created a horrible disguise that wouldn't actually disguise the fact that he's an ugly vampiric creature at all.
Right. And actually, I was thinking he would be sitting inside the U-Haul using the rear.
That certainly works too. That's a good idea. That one works a little better. Not quite what David would like, but at least it seems like a immortal disguise. And yeah, it's certainly something that David can pick up. Not a problem. Joseph Cheung.